Hello everyone! Welcome back to the Ruby Home channel. Today, I'm going to share with you a very familiar but extremely useful tip. Not only will your rice taste better, but you can also utilize the rice water for many other things in your daily life. It sounds simple, but if you do it correctly, the results will surprise you. Here, I've prepared a bowl of rice. But before washing and cooking, there's a small step that many people often overlook: checking and cleaning the rice. Take a moment to remove any moldy, insect-infested, or impure grains. This simple step will help make your cooked rice whiter, more fragrant, and more hygienic. Just being careful from the start will lay the foundation for a delicious pot of rice. And importantly, the rice water that's left over can also be used very usefully, so remember not to throw it away. Now, I'll scoop about 1 cup of rice into a separate bowl for easier rinsing, and to observe the rice more clearly. Then, I'll add water to begin rinsing the rice. I'll rinse the rice twice. This is how I usually do it to effectively clean the rice while preserving its natural aroma and flavor when cooked. In the first rinse, I'll be a little more thorough. You can gently stir and rub the rice in the water to remove any dust, bran, and other impurities clinging to the grains. As you rinse, you'll see the water gradually become cloudy. That's the dirt being separated. However, I also advise against squeezing or scrubbing too hard, as this can break the rice grains, making the cooked rice mushy and less delicious. After the first rinse, instead of discarding the water, I'll separate the rice water into a clean basin. This water is very useful and can be used for many household tasks, such as washing vegetables, watering plants, or even beauty treatments, so don't throw it away. Next, I add more water to the bowl of rice for the second rinse. This time, I rinse more gently, mainly to clean it one last time and make the rice grains clearer. After rinsing, I pour this water back into the bowl, with the first rinse water to reuse it. At this point, my rice is clean and ready to cook, and I've saved the rice water for some very useful tips in the next step. Now, I'll put the washed rice into the rice cooker to start cooking. First, I pour the rice into the inner pot and spread it evenly so that the rice is flat. This small step will help the rice cook more evenly, avoiding the situation where some parts are mushy and others are still hard. Next, I'll add a little seasoning to make the rice tastier and fluffier. I add about 1 teaspoon of salt. Depending on the amount of rice, you can adjust accordingly. Salt will help enhance the flavor slightly, making the rice taste a little better than regular cooked rice. Then I add 1 teaspoon of vinegar. It sounds strange, but this is a very good trick, because vinegar will help the rice grains become whiter, fluffier, and prevent them from sticking together. Rest assured that the cooked rice won't have a sour smell, so it won't affect the taste at all. Next, I'll add 1 teaspoon of cooking oil. Cooking oil will give the rice a slight sheen, prevent sticking, and make the grains separate when stirred, resulting in a visually appealing dish. After adding all the ingredients, gently mix the salt, vinegar, and oil with your hands or a spoon. Remember to mix gently to avoid breaking the rice grains, as this will make the rice mushy when cooked. Next, add water to the pot. Here, I use a familiar trick: measuring the water using finger marks. Place your hand in the pot so that the water level is about 2 finger marks higher than the rice. This method is very convenient, requires no measuring tools, and ensures the rice is cooked perfectly, neither dry nor mushy. After completing all the steps, place the pot in the rice cooker, close the lid, and turn on the cooking mode. While waiting for the rice to cook, I'll go back to the rice water I saved earlier. Instead of throwing it away, you can use this water for many useful things in your daily life. First, I'll use the rice water to thaw frozen meat. I put the frozen meat in a bowl, then pour rice water over it until it's completely submerged. Thanks to the natural starch in rice water, it will help the meat thaw faster than using regular water, while still preserving its freshness. Just leave it for a short time, and the meat will be soft and ready to cook. Next, I'll use the rice water to water plants. Rice water contains some mild nutrients from the rice, making it very suitable for watering houseplants, helping them grow better. You can use it directly or dilute it with a little water, and water regularly. And another very familiar use is to wash fruits and vegetables. Here, I'll use it to wash apples. I put the apples in rice water, then gently rub them to remove dirt and the waxy coating. Thanks to the starch in rice water, the cleaning is more effective and still very safe. With just a little use, rice water can be helpful for many household tasks, saving money and being environmentally friendly too. By the time I finished washing the fruit, the rice was cooked. The familiar click sound told me the rice was ready. I opened the rice cooker lid, and the steam rising brought with it the distinctive aroma of freshly cooked rice. A very pleasant feeling. You can immediately see that the rice is pure white, the grains are evenly cooked, and not sticky. This is thanks to the little tips I mentioned earlier, like adding vinegar and oil, which make the rice fluffier, shinier, and much more appealing. Next, I'll use a ladle to stir the rice. When stirring, you should gently stir from the bottom up, mixing evenly so that the rice at the bottom can release steam, preventing it from becoming damp or sticking together. Stirring the rice as soon as it's cooked will also help it stay fluffy longer and prevent it from becoming mushy. When stirred, you'll see that each grain of rice is separate, soft, and chewy, neither mushy nor dry. It looks very appealing, and when you eat it, you can clearly feel the deliciousness of each grain of rice. After stirring evenly, I will use a ladle to scoop the rice onto a plate. You can scoop out just enough portions to eat while it's still hot. The rice tastes best at this time. Just combine it with a few simple dishes, and you'll have a warm, delicious, and complete meal. With just a few small tips during the cooking process, the resulting dish is truly different. So, with just a few simple tips, I was able to cook a pot of fluffy, delicious white rice, and even use the rice water for many useful things around the house. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Ruby Home channel for more great tips. See you in the next video.